Can you believe it? We're just 30 days away from the district tournaments. Every team in the state of Washington has set their eyes on the postseason, including these two teams tonight. It's Western Conference 3A boys basketball between the Everett Seagulls and the Stanwood Spartans. We come to you live from Joe Richter Court, the Norm Lowry Gymnasium at Everett High School. Hello, everybody. Alongside former Stanwood head coach Zach Ward, I'm Tom Lafferty. Before we hear from our coach, let's hear from the two coaches that'll be down in the trenches here at the pit. First up, second-year head coach Josh Thayer at Stanwood High School. We talked with the head coach of the Spartans a little earlier. We'll have that interview coming up right after this timeout. Welcome back. Tom Lafferty along with Zach Ward. We've got Josh Thayer, head coach of the Stanwood Spartans. Let's talk about the bad news first. Coach and I were really entertained on Saturday night. Maybe you weren't from your seat, but that was a heck of a varsity basketball game.
It was a heck of a game. Obviously, I'd like to be on the other side of it, but it is what it is.
Tell us what happened in that ball game.
Well, number one, credit Monroe. I think they played a really tough game. I think they played really well on D. Sometimes that tough man D gives us some troubles. Obviously, one of our top scorers out a little bit in the third quarter with foul trouble. I don't think we shot it very well. But when the time runs down, I think we had a great look at the end there with our best three-point shooter, and I told him at the end of the game, 10 times out of 10, I'll take that shot to win the game. So it is what it is.
It just goes in the loss column, and on we go to play the Everett Seagulls tonight.
You try to flush it. Obviously you want to get better from it. I think the boys looked around a little bit, and you can point fingers. You can look in the mirror and say, man, I should have done this a little bit better. I should have done that a little bit better. You do as a coach, too. So, you just try to get better, and you flush that one because you got a tough one tonight.
I was doing the math. I think it was just 10 short years ago that you were out here playing in a Stanwood uniform.
Yeah.
This is year 2. What's something you can take from your playing days? For some of us, that's very recent. 10 years is very recent to when we played, okay? So is there something that you can take from your playing days that maybe you can provide for those boys that maybe some of us that are a little bit older would have a little tougher time doing?
Sure, yeah. Well, number one, it feels like an eternity. feels like I haven't been on the court in a long time. But, I think, as a kid, sometimes you dwell on things like that, and you just got to bounce back. There's so much basketball to play throughout a season. And, it's got to be on to the next one. And you take the positive and roll with it. And I think you use it as a motivation. And I think I talked to the boys yesterday a little bit about, getting complacent a little bit. You go 10-1 and you think you're kind of nice. And then you get knocked off by a tough team, and maybe you're not that nice.
Yeah, I think one of your greatest strengths as a player was your work ethic. I think you had many strengths, but I think one of them was your work ethic and your dedication. And I don't think – there weren't many people that could be in practice a lot, right? There's only some of us that saw it, but you're one of those guys that I don't think you would notice the next day at practice if you won or lost the night before. It was the same every day. Does this team have that feel? Do you have to help them a little bit on a day after Monroe? I know that was a Saturday, so you didn't practice on Sunday, but what's practice like Monday, and how were you able to kind of get them going?
Yeah, one of the things that we actually talked about before we even started practice, let's turn this page, and it's got to be, it's got to be the best practice we can today, and it's a bounce back. And like I said, it's felt a little complacent. I know you guys have been on a roll, and to some degree, it's coaching too. We get complacent with what we do, and it's time for us to fully commit to this. And I'm willing to do it. Coach, the rest of the coaches are willing to do it. Now I need you guys to do it. So
yeah, and you talked about turning the page. It's crazy. We have about a month left in the season. Right. I mean, it's go, 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 and boom, all of a sudden you're going to play about as many games in the next 3.5 weeks as you have for the last month and a half, right? And so I think moving on is a big one. What's your goal for this group? Just in terms of where you see yourself. Talk about maybe district tournament. What's your goal that you have with this group? Of course, we all want to win it all, right? But I think a realistic goal for this group.
Yeah, I think winning districts is a realistic goal. I think we can battle with anybody in Wesco. I think we showed it. Obviously, Terrace got us, and you can look back at the game and say, shoot, we only got one shot attempt in 4.5 minutes in the third quarter. What happens if we don't turn the ball over as much and get a couple of shot attempts and get a couple of buckets there?
Yep.
So I don't know. Obviously, you have the goals that are win this, win that.
Yep.
But behind the scenes, I think it's just a little bit of chemistry and building a group that is going to come ready to go day in and day out, shows up to practice with a little chip on their shoulder and bring it during practice.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Quick rundown of your 5 starters, a little something about each one, just quick.
Shoot, okay. Aiden Manzik is our big. Really the only size we have. I think he's made great strides in the last year. Last year played on JV. Played really well over the summer and in the fall. Has a lot of size, can get deflections in the paint, kind of just a rim protector. Sets really good screens. To go along with that, Colby Campbell, I thought he's improved a lot in the last year as well. We kind of like to talk to him, or talk as a Draymond Green type figure, kind of does all the dirty work. We try to put him in positions where he can make reads and get to the basket if he needs to, make decent looks and passes if he needs to. And then you got 3 perimeter players in Max Mayo, John Floyd, and Owen Thayer that, they can stroke it a little bit, they can get it going. Kind of our main scoring group, if you will. All tough. All 5 guys are tough. Bench guys are tough. And just a group that knows how to win. So
let's go get them.
Yeah.
There you go. That's Owen.
Thank you.
That's
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Welcome back. Tom Lafferty along with Zach Ward. Bobby Thompson, head coach of the Everett Seagulls, with us. 2-0 in 2023.
We'll take that right now.
But it doesn't get any easier starting tonight, right?
No, this is a tough one. I know it's definitely one when the schedule came out. I got excited at and look forward to this date because I just have so much respect for the program. Stanwood's awesome, and obviously with this guy built and what Coach Thayer is continuing to kind of build on, it's just a tremendous opportunity for us tonight to compete against a great team.
Yeah, this is year 4, Coach, and so I don't know if anybody's told you yet, but you're now a veteran. And so what I would like to know, you have these ideas when you come in and be a high school coach. You've probably learned so much in those years 4. Can you maybe reflect on something that you have learned in those 4 years that you've been able to implement this year with this year's group and start?
I think Zach, you'd understand this better than anybody, is that when you build the feeder program and you start putting your ideals in down at that level, and then you start seeing that matriculate through, and it's just the language. Everyone understands that. You're speaking a common vernacular, and then the kids act on it, and it's just your message gets a lot smoother. I mean, I feel like I'm exponentially better than I was a couple years ago through a lot of pain and a lot of learning experiences, taking 40-point L's to guys like you, and and really just trying to keep it journey driven for these guys. And I think if you can do that and just have every day kind of be important, good stuff starts to happen.
Yeah, and you start to see those kids that were maybe in camp, youth camp, now in year 4, or were in the middle schools, and now you're getting to see them come up and be a part of your varsity squad, which I know has to be super exciting because I know you've been in this community for a long time, but as the coach, you had a little different influence on them when they were younger. Now they're young men, and now you're getting to lead them and show them all the stuff that you talked about when they were little. Now we get to do that, and that's got to be a fun feeling.
I mean, tonight it's AAU night, so you'll see down in the far end of the bleachers tonight, we'll have probably 50, 60 kids down there watching, and we just got done meeting with them in Upper Ox, and those kids, 3 years ago, a lot of the guys on the court tonight, we're sitting there, we're looking up to the varsity guys, right? And so it's exactly what you're talking about, and it's just building that kind of tradition and legacy, and the school obviously has a lot of it, and so just trying to kind of recapture that has been a really important thing for us, and it's a pretty important commodity for us.
Okay. Give us a little rundown, each of your 5 starters, a little something about each one of them.
Yeah, tonight we got Danny Savovic starting, 6'1", senior point guard, returning first-team All-League guy. Kind of started out a little slow shooting the rock, but just a steady playmaker for us. Has really been coming around lately, and so excited for what he'll bring. Number 2, Isaiah White, 6'3", 6'4", junior, just very versatile, just kind of a jack of all trades. Just love how he can get to his spot and just kind of get his shot off against anyone. And he's really been taking a step with his assertiveness this year, which is really, you can see that difference in games. Hayden Kanaxis, number 33, 6'7" senior. Really neat the last couple weeks, finally starting to see him rebound the ball on the offensive end. And when he starts to do that consistently, it really transforms everything else he does. And when you get a kid doing that, all of a sudden they're more engaged with all of the facets of the game, right? And so, and he's just such an X factor for us. Ty Bloomfield's a really exciting one. 6 foot. Well, that's very generous of me. I'd probably say 5'10", 5'11". He'd love to hear that. A kid who really has kind of been that kid you were talking about, who in 8th grade was probably the 6th or 7th man on the feeder team. And now he's like, there's games like he's going out here tonight, and on nights like tonight, and getting 20, 25 points. Can shoot the crap out of the basketball. And then we also have Isaiah Parker starting tonight, 6'3". Just an athlete, just a really great teammate and a guy that just does all the dirty work for us. So he'll be on those boards attacking it, and he's funny. He's a high leaper. He's 1 for 5 on dunk attempts this year, but they've all been very spectacular. And
even the misses.
So even the misses, we're just trying to teach him to throw it through the hoop, and so just love that kid. And we got some other guys too. They're gonna hopefully make an impact tonight.
Cool. Let's go get him tonight.
Let's do it.
There you go, Bobby Thompson.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
We're at Richer Court tonight at Everett High School. Tom Lafferty along with Zach Ward, the Stanwood Spartans and the Everett Seagulls. Okay, Zach, pivotal game for both Everett and Stanwood tonight. Monroe, Arlington, Shorecrest, Montlake Terrace sitting 1, 2, 3, 4 in the standings. You got to fight each other to get up into that top 4. You want that Northwest District bye, don't you?
You want that bye. Those top 4 teams get a bye. This is a big one tonight. Mid-season matchup. Both teams right on that outside looking in. Kind of still control the ability to get inside that top 4, but a win tonight obviously knocks off that head-to-head in case of a tie with that other opponent.
Right.
And it does come down to that. When you're talking about 5, maybe 6 teams vying for 4 spots, there's most likely going to be some tiebreakers.
Plus, in this new world order of the Wesco 3A, you don't get a do-over the next time you see him. You don't see him again until the district tournament.
You don't see him. It's one and done, and we'll see him maybe in the postseason. That a little extra importance because you can't get the split.
Coming into the Tuesday night game, Stanwood is 10-2 overall, 5-2 in league play. Spartans lost to Monroe by 2 on Saturday. Meanwhile, Everett swept the Marysville schools last week to improve to 7-4 overall and 5-1 in league play. Zach, we were both in Monroe on Saturday afternoon for the Spartans and the Bearcats. That was a varsity basketball game.
That was a good game. Two pretty evenly matched teams, I think. That's one of those that you always talk as coaches, well, if we played them 10 times, and that one might be a 5-5.
Right.
It came down to a last-second shot. Stanwood had a wide-open shot at the buzzer. Couldn't have drawn up anything better. That goes. They win by 1. It doesn't go. They end up losing by 2.
Right.
So it could have gone either way. And, again, probably 2 teams that could count on seeing each other again here in about a month.
I mentioned Monroe, Arlington, Shorecrest, and Montlake Terrace. Who do you like from that 4? That's 4 pretty good teams.
4 pretty good teams,
But everybody's beatable, aren't they?
And they all have kind of lost to each other. Outside of Monroe, who hasn't lost yet, they've all got kind of a hiccup in their schedule where they've lost a game.
Right.
And so they're going to have to play each other heads up too, and that's going to come down to it.
We will come back with the opening tip-off right after this timeout. Here we go. It's high school basketball. Boys, Wesco 3A, Everett Seagulls, Stanwood Spartans. Thanks for being with us on this Tuesday night. Brandon Moen is the referee. He's got the basketball. Peyton Kelly, Chad Smith are the umpires, and we are underway here. And it'll be immediately controlled and grabbed by the Everett Seagulls on a miss. Back out for another try. 3 by Savovic, up and in. 3 ball in the corner, left side. Daniel Savovic with the bucket and the first lead to the Everett Seagulls. Now Stanwood will control. Stanwood moving to our left in their red uniforms, trimmed in white as they work it to our left. Baseline Thayer out for a 3 on the side, won't go. Missed by Mayo. Ball went out of bounds. Last touch by a Seagull, so Stanwood will retain with a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Just underway. Glad you're with us. 33 seconds into the opening quarter here at Everett High School. The Pit.
Curious, we were at that game Saturday. John Floyd with just 2 field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Second half, actually, just 2. Curious if they try to get him going earlier today.
Baseline pull-up jumper, that won't go. That was by Colby Campbell on the miss. And went out of bounds, and it'll be last touched here by Stanwood, so it'll be Everett Seagull basketball. Everett moving to our right in the white uniforms, trimmed in navy blue and gold. And that's Isaiah White bringing it out of backcourt. Over left side, Ty Bloomfield. Back to Savovic, top of the key. Back to Bloomfield. Now Kanaxis. Drives to the hoop, puts it up, no. Who's got it? Right back into the hand of Isaiah White. Cross court, Savovic. Oh boy, I thought he was going up. I think he thought he was going up. He will this time, he'll go up and miss that one. Missed by Savovic, rebound by Thayer. Here comes Stanwood. Thought he was going up too. That was Max Mayo, didn't take the shot. And here's a steal. Grabbed by Kanaxis, Hayden Kanaxis. And then to the floor, they're going to call a travel.
Okay.
Better than a foul.
Better. If you're a Stanwood fan, that's better than a foul. You're right. You're right.
6:22 to go. Opening quarter here at Everett High School on Tuesday night. Wesco 3A basketball. Tom Lafferty along with Zach Ward. Stanwood with the basketball, yet to score in the ball game. A little reverse lay-in won't go, and the first foul of the game will be called.
And both teams kind of trying to fill each other out a little bit early. You saw Stanwood and just straight man. Everett extended out a little bit. It looks like they're going to try and run and jump, but poor Thayer got rid of it, and that's what allowed them to get the 3-on-2 there at the other end.
Manzuk at the free throw line. Foul is on Isaiah Parker. His first team. First free throw is good. First points of the game for Stanwood. Next one, no, won't go. Battle for it. It's going to be won there by the Spartans, grabbed by John Floyd. Floyd will get it back. He'll drive in. Kind of a little bit out of control there, and we're going to have a foul call. I think Manzuk's going to be the guilty party here. Isaiah Parker gets shoved to the floor. It will be Aiden Manzuk, the 6'7" senior. Hayden Kanaxis listed as 6'7" too. Are they the same height? I feel like Manzuk's taller.
I do too. Bobby was referencing earlier how some of the numbers might not be correct.
No, a coach that fudges numbers? When would that happen? That's Kanaxis. Savovic elevates. No, won't go. 3-1 score. Down, little runner, no. They're going to call the defensive block. Colby Campbell missed. And he's going to go to the free throw line. He's going to get a couple more freebies. We're on the pace to have about a 24-21 ball game. First free throw good by Campbell, and he'll get another for the Spartans. Second-year head coach Josh Thayer took over for
the other
this
thing
guy.
with these important games, I think you might be scouted a little extra, and they've got enough games. They've got 10 or 12 games under their belt. There's a good sample size there to get a pretty good scouting report on teams. And this is the only time we talked about. This is the only time you got. This is the only chance you got to play them. So
Everett with the basketball. We're tied for the first time tonight. It's a 3-3 ball game. Looking down low, and Thayer's going to get the steal. Outlet up the floor. Mayo, corner. Nope, didn't go up. He'll dribble in a little closer, put it up too hard, no good by Floyd. Gets it back himself, and then ball's, I think the last touch by Everett, by Isaiah White, but he was hustling trying to grab a
And I like John going to the hole there early touches, not settling for a jumper. I'd like to see him just jump, stop, and go up with a shot. I think he's a little too focused now on getting some contact. And I know we've shot some free throws, but it looks like the officials aren't going to really call that in the paint much.
3-3 ball game. Thayer in the corner to the top to Floyd. He'll dribble in.
That's a nice take.
A little reversal lay-in, up and in, and Stanwood has their first lead of the ball game, up by 2 at 5-3. Coming up on 4:44 to play in the opening quarter here at the pit at Everett High School. Savovic into traffic. Probably should have passed it off because he had the ball stripped away. Grabbed by Colby Campbell. It's Thayer. Max Mayo. Looking pretty good defense.
Good D.
Yeah. Moja Tai on him.
10 on the shot clock.
Down to 7 on the shot clock. Now in the corner, Mayo up fakes. Down to 4. Pull up. No. And Isaiah White grabs the rebound and outlet. White gets it back. A bounce pass, Coach. We never see bounce.
You don't see those much. No.
It's on the way of the dodo bird. It's just been extinct. Foul called. Hayden Canaxis will try to tie this ball game as he goes to the stripe.
So far, Stanwood in man the first 4 minutes. I know Coach Thayer talked about maybe changing defenses up a little bit. We'll see what happens when they sub. And Everett pretty content, just running their 1-4 high, really trying to isolate those post players. We saw that there with Hayden, maybe a little bit of an advantage at the offensive end. Tried taking Aiden off the dribble, gets to the free throw line, makes the first one.
First foul on Colby Campbell, second team. Team fouls all even up 2 apiece. Well, the defense must be working. We've scored 9 points in the game. We're 4:05 in. Next one is good. And we're tied for the second time. We were tied at 3. We're tied at 5.
Now watch Everett in a little full court, 3/4 court trap.
That's Thayer to Mayo. The guards like to wear the head slick watch, but they don't know who
got the
slick watch
bandana
is.
thing going there, don't they?
Yeah. Mayo again. Thayer just working the perimeter, looking for somebody down low. Down to 4 on the shot clock. Mayo, 2 on the shot clock. In the corner, elevates. They're going to say he got it off, but it was a miss. Right back to Floyd, up and in.
Really nice offensive board there by Gary Grisham. Battled for that and gave it up to John, who was cutting to the hole.
7-5 lead. Dribble drive in, lay in, and 1 coming up here for Ty Bloomfield. So Bloomfield will try to give Everett back the lead. They're going to count the basket. That'll tie it at 7.
Coach Thompson talking about Bloomfield pregame about his craftiness and how he can really fill it up. You see there his ability to put the ball on the floor, draw the contact. 3 the old-fashioned way here maybe, huh,
there
Tom?
You go. Floyd picked up the foul, his first. That's a lead back to Everett. Our second lead change of the game.
Again, 1-2-2, 3/4 court. They haven't trapped out of it in 2 possessions, but they do fall back into a 1-2-2 in the half court.
Over in the corner, looking at it was Grisham, but he'll
really nice drive.
Yeah,
really nice drive.
Dribbles along the baseline and gives right back the lead to the Stanwood Spartans.
And there's Ty Bloomfield with the answer. Just talked about him.
Bloomfield with the bucket.
That's 3 the new way. Or newer.
The newer way. 4 lead changes so far. We've scored 20 points. Corner jumper on the way. Won't go by Floyd. Battle for the rebound. Back up and in. Colby Campbell grabbed the offensive rebound, put it back up and in. We are tied at 11. Here's a shot, running shot. Won't go on the other end by Everett. And here comes Stanwood right back. Trying to take the lead here.
Really nice screen. Good take.
Where's the defense at?
Well, I think 3 of them thought they were in zone. 2 of them thought they were in man. That usually does not work out great.
They were in neither one.
Yeah.
Mayo with the bucket makes it a 13-11 lead. 5 lead changes so far. Close ball game here at the pit. Canaxis, foul line jumper. It's good. And ties it at 13-13. Minute 51 to play in the opening quarter. Thayer out of backcourt. Thayer will shoot the 3. And he'll hit the 3.
Boy, that scoring's picked up, hasn't it?
Boy, very quickly, and we got a timeout called by the Everett Seagulls. We'll step aside with 1:38 to play in the first quarter. Our score 16-13 with the Stanwood Spartans leading the Everett Seagulls. Back with more right here on STSPN.com. One minute and 38 seconds to play in the first quarter. 16-13 lead. Everett led by as much as 3. Stanwood has led by as much as 3. We've had 4 ties and 5 lead changes. We call that a close ball game.
And I think Stanwood, I know it looks like man, but they are now in their matchup zone.
And checking into the lineup now for the Seagulls is Mohamed Juma to Connexus. Savovic, cross-court near side, Bloomfield. Pull-up jumper from 16, offline, no. And the rebound grabbed down by Gary Grisham for the Spartans. They lead by 3, they have the basketball. Minute 14 to play in the first quarter. Thayer to Floyd.
And Everett's got a guy that's just running around doubling the ball the entire time. Unique.
Max Mayo, open 3. Rattles off, no. Connexus battles for the rebound and wins the battle against Colby Campbell. And here come the Seagulls. Inside a minute to play. Savovic up fakes for the 3. Over for a 3 ball that's on the way. That's going to be Mohamed Juma with a miss. Rebound controlled by Stanwood. Thayer. Out top side to Floyd. Now Mayo. We have a whistle here. Mayo is getting double teamed there.
So if you watch, it's Mario Garcia Luna. He's running around following and doubling the ball. At least he was the last 2 possessions. Let's watch him here. Number 4, White. Now they're in their 1-2-2. So they're going to change defenses a little bit, see what Stanwood runs again. Probably trying to get the ball to the high post or the corner.
And the corner jumper won't go for Floyd. Rebound grabbed down by Grisham. They were yelling for a walk, and they didn't get it. And it's going to be Everett with the basketball. Savovic with the lay-in up and good, and pulls Everett to within 1 at 16-15. Shot clock is dead. 8 seconds to play. Mayo with it. Down to 5. Down to 3. Thayer shoots. Offline, no. Down to 1. Connexus with the rebound. 1 quarter in the books, and it's 16-15. The Stanwood Spartans leading the Everett Seagulls. Second quarter coming up right here on STSPN.com. Got Ty Bloomfield with 6 points, Coach, and we were talking during the break. Back-to-back possessions, Bloomfield gets 6 points.
Back-to-back the and one, and then the next time down he hits that angle 3.
And Floyd and Campbell 4 each for the Stanwood Spartans. We're underway, second quarter here at the pit at Everett High School. Wesco 3A boys basketball. Stanwood in the red uniforms moving to our left on your screen, and the shot will be no good. That's a miss by Cole Williams, controlled by Savovic, and he passed it to that Stanwood JV player sitting in the second row eating popcorn.
And you see Everett now.
I think he's got a cup of noodles, actually. So just
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
To make sure. Yeah, errant pass there. Turnover on Everett. Stanwood basketball.
And now back to the
one.
1-2-2 zone. One possession of man to start. Now they go 1-2-2. And they're really trying to trap. They got the turnover.
They did, and the lay-in is up by Bloomfield. It's good. The steal and the bucket by Bloomfield, and it's back to an Everett lead, up by 1, 17-16. Corner jumper, Mayo, good. A 3-ball. He drains it, and it's right back to a Stanwood lead. Our 7th lead change of this ball game. Early going here in the second quarter.
Stanwood down to 2-3 zone.
Savovic rattles it out, no. Mayo with the board. He'll feed it to Williams. His shot on the way, good. That's a 3-ball for Grisham, up and good. That's the biggest lead of the game for Stanwood. They're up by 5, 22-17. Connexus loses the
Up
handle
and out
on
of the
it.
pit.
Yeah.
Up and out of the pit.
It's somebody retrieve the
Top
basketball,
level.
please. They got the ball back from in the upper tank there.
And now Everett going back to man. A couple possessions there, 1-2-2. Now they switch back to the man. Probably didn't like giving up the open 3 last possession, I'm thinking.
Thayer gets it back and shoots a 3. Offline, no. Kept alive there between his legs, Gary Grisham.
Wow. Heck of a start for that kid.
That's
A
right.
lot of boards, hits the 3 last possession. That's just straight hustle play.
And he kept it in the favor of Stanwood. Spartans keep it. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. 6:25 to play in the first half. 22-17 the lead for the Spartans. They have the basketball. It's Thayer out on the logo. They'll give it off to Floyd. Now they go to Mayo. He's waiting for Thayer to get open top of the key. He was, but cast it over the left side to Cole Williams. Across court, 10 to shoot. Dribbling in, Grisham, no. Blocked by Connexus. Grabbed by Everett. Savovic with it. Lay in up, no. Missed it. Follow up right there by Isaiah White. Good follow by White, and it's in, and it's a 3-point lead. For Stanwood, they have the basketball. Mayo went airborne, and he left the driveway with no destination in mind. Here's another block, controlled by Everett. On the way, good. That's a 3 by Ty Bloomfield. And we are tied at 22. Nice little run comeback here by the Everett Seagulls.
Start with a couple Canaxus blocks. The last 2 possessions sparking that transition offense for the Seagulls. I think that's what they probably want to do, get out and run a little bit.
Mayo misses. Back up, that's a block.
Another block shot.
Isaiah Parker with that one.
And here they go.
Here they go down there. White is there, good. And we're going to have a timeout called here by the Stanwood Spartans, and our 8th lead change, 24-22. It's going to be a full timeout. We step aside. 5:11 to go in the first half. No, it's not a full timeout. We're going to keep it right here. Tell me why Everett came back here.
Defense leading to offense. You know, you hear about it so much that you got to play D, you got to play D. We just saw 3 straight possessions. I know it was a block. You can do similar things off a missed shot, but those were blocks that started fast breaks, and we saw them finish the fast break in different varieties each time.
And Everett has the lead, 24-22 here.
You watch those 3 possessions, and you can tell that is how Everett wants to play. They want to get up and down, and they looked very comfortable doing that as opposed to the first quarter and a half when they were in kind of a half-court offensive look.
Stanwood does not want to run?
Well, I didn't say that.
They don't want to run as much as Everett does.
Yeah.
So here come the Spartans down by 2. They were up by as much as 5 in this ball game. Everett led by 3 in the early going. And freshly in now, Alex Velasquez is in for the Stanwood Spartans. Thayer out on the dribble. Velasquez, open 3 look. Too hard, no good. Savovic grabs the rebound. He'll bring it out of backcourt. Daniel Savovic called many of the games of his dad when he played here.
Oh, really?
At Everett High School.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Went on to play at Lehigh.
Oh, wow.
Now Daniel with it. Dribble to the baseline. Bounces it underneath. No. Probably an ill-advised pass there. In that case, take it yourself maybe. Thayer gets bumped. Thayer on the run. No. Who's got
Gary
it?
Grisham again.
Goes high in the air, grabs it. Early leader in the clubhouse for player of the game, just for hustle.
Man.
Mayo spins. Misses. White grabs the rebound. Savovic down. went in, got fouled on the way in. Grisham will be the guilty party here.
Another transition bucket. I think that's probably something the coach there talked about it at that timeout he called. And you see that one that wasn't necessarily a block shot, but it was a miss. And I think on the flip side, Bobby's probably saying, let's get it going a little bit. Let's get out and run a little bit. And
Gary Grisham picked up the foul, his first, fourth team. Nobody in foul trouble. Only 7 fouls have been called in the ball game. We got 4 minutes left to go in the first half, and Daniel Savovic at the free throw line misses the first. He averages 14.6 points per ball game. Bloomfield has 11 points in the game. Savovic shoots, makes it, and it's 25-22. Everett equals their biggest lead of the game. Max Mayo across the logo. Stanwood in red moving to our left. Up fake no by Floyd. DeMayo to baseline. Rifles one out for Thayer, who's wide open and short arms it, no good. Tries to get his own rebound, rolls on the floor, and the ball goes out of bounds.
tough break there, hustle play. I think Owen tripped a little bit, which caused the ball. He had it in his hands.
He did.
A little trip caused it to go off his back.
Little pressure here on the inbounds. Savovic will get it, bring it out of backcourt. 30 on the shot clock, 3:33 to play in the first half. And a 3-point lead for Everett, 25-22. Going in, reverse lay-in, nicely done there, Sam.
Yeah,
Lawless.
really nice take. You're going to give me the baseline? Okay, I'm going to take it and finish on the other side.
Everett equals Stanwood's biggest lead. Both teams have led by 5 in this ball game. Here's Thayer, puts it up, and 1 for Thayer. He reached for that one.
He did. He
full
did.
extension. And he will go to the free throw line. Josh Thayer, the brother of, or Josh Thayer is the coach. Owen is his brother. Did I say? Have I been saying Josh, or have I?
I don't think so. No.
I think okay. Owen hits the free throw, makes it a 2-point ball game, 27-25. Not like you've ever done that.
No, you're right.
Called a kid by his brother, his dad,
For
his
sure.
cousin.
For sure.
Canaxis. No, too hard. Scraps for his own rebound. Who's got it? Scrum for it on the floor. Jump ball called by Peyton Kelly. And it'll stay on this end. It'll be Everett Seagull basketball with 12 on the shot clock.
Good hustle play there. Gary Grisham again involved in that hustle play on the ground, getting the jump ball.
White will throw it in. Open three on the way. Too hard, no good. Jacob Taft with a miss. Isaiah White back up. Canaxis connects off the offensive rebound, and he will go to the stripe.
And you see a little bit so far, not just that possession, but you see Stanwood's lack of height hurting them a little bit. Not doing a great job of finding bodies and putting a body on somebody and blocking them out, but trying to out-jump someone that's 3 or 4 or 5 inches taller than you. It usually doesn't work out great.
Checking in now for Stanwood will be Colby Campbell, and Aiden Manzik will come back. So a little more height now.
A little more size. 2 starters back in.
The lead is 4 for the Seagulls. Free throw clunks off the front of the iron, no good, so it stays there. And it'll be Stanwood basketball with Owen Thayer out of backcourt. Directing traffic.
1-2-2 defense for the Seagulls. Something we've seen earlier in the game already. Not trying to trap out of it necessarily.
Mayo back to Thayer to Velasquez. 9 to shoot. Mayo will at the 6 mark and bury a 3. Max Mayo with the bucket. That is 29-28. Everett by 1. They've led by as much as 5 a moment ago. Now that's Hayden Canaxis. He'll power move to the rack, but it won't go. Manzik grabs the rebound for the Spartans. To Thayer to Velasquez. Back to Thayer again. To Mayo. Elevates. Too hard, no good. Who's got it? Isaiah White grabs the rebound. Kind of tapped into his hands there by Jacob Taft.
Yeah.
We'll give him a half a rebound. Savovic, foul line jumper, too hard, no good. A lot of balls too hard tonight.
Yep. A lot of this a little long. On target, just a little long.
That's the adrenaline working. Velasquez. Both these teams know this is a big ball game. They can read a standings chart.
Yeah.
Manzik Power move, no.
Okay, something you don't see much. I've been to a handful of Stanwood games, and that's one of the first times I can remember an actual post-entry back to the basket move.
Really?
Yeah.
Seems like he'd be the guy to do it.
I like it. I like it.
So 2 free throws coming up here. First one no good. The foul was on Sam Lawless, his second, 5th team foul. We asked Nayland Sood years ago, the game has changed so much, Coach, you don't need that big guy in the middle. It's 5s and 4s, 3s. I'll take the 6'7" guy every day of the week.
I'll take him still, yeah. You don't want him, let me try.
It's still a game for the tall guys.
That's right.
Here's a steal. Max Mayo feeds a corner. Thayer elevates. Bang!
You see, Stanwood came out and trapped right there. I think they're going to do it again here. Just a quick little change here the last minute and a half. The first time we've really seen a significant defensive change for them.
Canaxis in the corner, right side. Good. That's a 3 ball. That's ice water right there for Ty Bloomfield. Ties the ball game for the 6th time today. It's 32 all. Inside a minute now to play in this first half. Velasquez too hard. Manzuk there. It won't go off the offensive rebound. White grabs the board to Bloomfield. Thought he saw a path. It was quickly closed off. But he will go to the free throw line and try to give Everett back the lead. And they're going to call this one on Max Mayo, his first, 6th team foul with 46.5 seconds to play in the first half. Boing, won't go.
Everett struggling a little bit from the free throw line. They've done a pretty good job of getting there. Struggling a little bit to convert.
If he hits this free throw here, Everett gets a lead, and that's our 10th lead change in this first half. He does. Everett with a lead, 33-32. Here's Stanwood. 26 to shoot. Mayo will. Blocked by Canaxis, then stolen back by Thayer. Cross court to Mayo. Looked at a 3, didn't take it. And we're going to have a whistle here.
I don't know. Blood, maybe?
Maybe it is blood.
I think so. I think we got Bloomfield. He walked off the corner of the floor there, back in the corner.
Oh, he's heading to the locker room in the far corner.
So I think he's reaching his head a little bit. Might have got hit on that last possession on the drive where he got the free throws. He might have got hit.
He immediately left the playing floor and headed out for some medical attention. So it'll be Stanwood basketball still. Down by 1. Floyd went high in the air. The ball's going to be knocked away. Here's a steal. Grabbed by Everett. Mauricio Garcia Luna going in, laying up his White. Good. And it's 35-32.
We're back to seeing that defense where Luna just follows the ball.
Down to 7, down to 6. Dribble drive. It's going to be knocked away again. Going in. White, 1-0. Lay in. Good at the horn. Did you see him coming up the left side and looked up at the clock?
I saw that.
That's smart.
That's smart. He knew time and situation. That's something that you can practice all you want. Some guys are receptive to that and some guys aren't, and it's really hard in that scenario to remember to do that. I saw exactly that.
It's kind of like you watch an NFL game and you'll see the guy on a return and he's looking up at the Jumbotron to see where the blockers are.
Yes.
Well, we got no Jumbotron here, but we got a great basketball game. Wesco 3A boys game. It's the Everett Seagulls 32, the Stanwood Spartans, Everett Seagulls 37, the Stanwood Spartans 32. We're at halftime. More coming up right here on STSPN.com.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race. Look at this! To the 4 a.m. starts. Training harder, pushing further, hitting back hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat. broken bones. Cue rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. To the world's best.
UFC strawweight champion.
Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun, I promise you.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back, and you know that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Full practice, Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract. Taking on
here on a team, you know, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
player of the game, senior libero Lauren Riskin.
Has control.
Championship district tournaments, we have it here on STSPN.
And we'll welcome back to the pit at Everett High School. At the half, Everett 37 and Stanwood 32. Let's roll the Wayback Machine, the memory banks of Coach Zach Ward and a certain coach right now, the Stanwood Spartans. Let's roll it, Todd.
Ron the wedge gets him STSPN. Josh, fancy meeting you here. It's becoming a habit. We had you guys against Glacier Peak. You were our player of the game. What happened at halftime, Josh? You had 2 points, we believe, in the first half.
That's Owen, right?
Second half, there wasn't a basket you didn't like.
I don't know. I just felt like I could get it going a little bit. I honestly don't know. I just started feeling it, and I kept shooting. Coach told me to do my thing, and so I just did my thing.
You hit 27 against these Terrace Hawks when you played there, came away with that close win. We didn't think you'd get there, but we were absolutely incorrect. What does this mean for your team going to the championships here, District 1 champions?
Oh, it was part of our goal at the beginning of the year to be district champs back-to-back. So it feels really good getting to that game. We know we had to get through Terrace, which would be tough, but I think we'll do all right in the district championship.
All right, you're a player of the game. Lastly, I got to ask you, you're feeling it. Blindfold on, doesn't matter. The peach, the rim looks like 100 feet wide. So I'm going to take it to Bowman, the 6'7" guy. He denies you. Was there any chatter?
No, not at all. Greg's a good guy. He's really nice. And there's nothing going on between us.
All right, well, go enjoy your unbelievable run here. Congratulations. Hold that shirt up for us real quick. Josh Thayer, our STSPN player of the game. He's got many a media waiting for him as he smiles. Congratulations, Josh. Good luck all the way through. We'll be back.
All right, there we go. Coach, you remember those? Zach Ward?
I remember that exactly. It helps that he looks almost the same in 10 years.
I know. And you said his little brother, who's out here going to touch the basketball here in a moment.
You could see him running behind Josh during the interview there. Yep. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff there. Good job. Good find.
We'll take a look at some of the numbers from the first half. We're underway here in the second half, but we knew we had to run that with the head coach of the Stanwood Spartans when he was a player. Here's a steal by Everett, and they'll bring it out of backcourt. They put Muhammad Juma in the starting lineup here. I think that's for Bloomfield, who left with blood on his uniform, and we got a three ball by Savovic, up and good. That's the biggest lead for either team, an 8-point lead for the Everett Seagulls. Stanwood in the red uniforms moving to our right now in the second half. The guy you just saw, it's his little brother. Here's a shot on the way, good from the left side.
Colby Campbell with the answer.
Campbell with the bucket, and it's a 5-point lead, 40-35. We're a minute into the second half.
Stanwood in 2-3 zone.
And it didn't work that time.
No, it did not.
Isaiah Parker with a bucket off the handoff right there by Hayden Canaxis. It's back to a 7-point lead. Floyd, Thayer, back to Floyd again. So right side to Campbell. Back down low. That time the defense didn't work for
Really
Everett
nice, really nice. Overplaying Floyd on the wing. Good back door. Good read by Colby Campbell there.
Yeah, Floyd with the bucket. It's 42-37, 6:25 to play, third quarter. That's Muhammad Juma. Now Savovic. Canaxis off the window, too hard, no good. Battle for the rebound. Who's got it? Finally, it's going to be won by by Stanwood. He was going to scrap in there. Isaiah Parker. That's Mayo. Floyd to the baseline, kicks it out for an open three. Look. Too hard, no good. Back up, By Manzik, no.
Good battle by the big fella in there to kind of clear out some space, go up and get it with two hands. Not a lot of people in the gym agree with the foul call, but nonetheless.
It's going to be on Isaiah Parker, his second personal. Who do you got for some numbers here from the first half?
First half, we've got White with 8, Bloomfield with 15 to lead the Seagulls, Kanaxis and Savovich both with 6. For the Spartans, looks like Max Mayo with 10, Thayer with 9, John Floyd, Colby Campbell 4 each, Gary Grisham off the bench with a big 5, and probably 4 or 5 rebounds as well.
And we don't see Ty Bloomfield. He left. Actually, now we do. Ty Bloomfield's there on the floor.
Yes.
Next free throw, good. 42-39. 3-point lead for Everett on their home floor. Only time that Stanwood and Everett will meet. Wesco 3A, one time through, no home and home. Everett with it, moving to our left in the white uniforms. Savovic goes in, reverse lay-in, no, foul. And he'll have to earn him at the free throw line. Really wasn't expecting that pass when he got it.
No,
he recoiled like, oh, man, I'm right here. You don't have to throw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. I'm standing right next to you. Savovic free throw, good. The foul was on Aiden Manzik. The 6'7" senior picks up his second personal foul. First team foul of the second half. We're all even up there. A couple of free throws there for Daniel Savovic, and it's 44-39, 5-point lead.
He's had a great start to this half, a kid that has that feeling like he could get it going at any moment.
There's a steal. Savovic stolen away.
Oh.
They're going to call a foul on Thayer. He did kind of come in and take it away from him. So I guess that's what they're going to say. It's just, Are we going to?
There's some discussion. I don't know. I don't know what the discussion was about.
They hadn't put up the foul. Now they have.
Okay,
Fouls
there we
on
go.
Thayer.
Foul on Thayer.
Yeah, his first, second team. And
now they're at the scorer's table talking about it.
So Savovic, I think, will be the recipient of the pass in. He's got 11 points in the game.
5 in this quarter.
Kanaxis back to Savovic. He's got the hot hand. He dumps it over to the left side. White to the baseline. He falls down. Ran into the defender and fell down, and Max Mayo says, thank you very much. I'll take a pull-up jumper from 18. That won't go. Actually, 16 won't go, but the rebound grabbed by John Floyd, and then a stolen away by Kanaxis. So all in all, Everett back.
Really tough to guard.
And he will go to the free throw line. The foul is on Colby Campbell, his second, third team. First free throw, only free throw is Isaiah Parker. It's up and it's good. And the lead is 8 points. Everett equals their biggest lead of the ball game, 47-39 with that free throw. Floyd. Thayer dribbles in, bounces it down, turnaround, face, fire up and in, Colby Campbell. Good ball movement there by Stanwood, and they pulled to within 6. 4:14 to play, third quarter.
A little different now. Back to a man defense for the Spartans. That coach there probably tired of giving up lay-ins.
Parker has it for Everett. Back to Savovic. 13 to shoot. Savovic will. Too hard, no good. Kanaxis grabs a rebound.
Nice.
End of the ball game, you're still 6-7, right?
Really nice. And a tip to himself, right? A controlling tip to grab again and put back. Really nice play there. Great hands.
8-point lead. Outside three on the way. What deep, and came right back out on John Floyd. And then, nice job by Thayer to prevent the easy cripple lay-in there by Isaiah Parker, but Everett will retain possession. Get some new bodies on the floor for both teams. These guys are working. They're
working hard. They're playing really hard. They know this game means a lot.
That's Bloomfield. Outside three on the way. Goes. That's good for Everett's Mo Jatai. And it's out to an 11-point lead for the Seagulls. Biggest lead of the game for either team. Max Mayo tries to answer. Does! And a timeout called by Stanwood. We step aside with 3:20 to play in the third quarter. 52-44, Everett leads Stanwood. Back with more after this timeout.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Coach Bobby Thompson talked about AAU night here at the pit at Everett High School. A lot of kids. In fact, they played at halftime too.
They
kids
did.
Here watching the game.
Yeah, talked a lot about how important it is for these young men, these middle school age kids to come out and watch this varsity group. Talked about how some of the players playing for him now were a part of that group when he first got the job. So part of being a coach and running a program, keep that going and get that excitement when they're young.
You did that at Stanwood.
We did that at Stanwood, and great. We're fortunate to have a lot of dads that volunteered a lot of time to Everett High School to watch a game on a Tuesday night.
And they're watching their team lead it right now, 52-44. We saw it during football with Lake Stevens has a great junior football team.
That worked out pretty well.
Yeah. And one coming up here. That's Isaiah Parker. Yeah, the kids that won the state championship this year for Lake Stevens were in the 5th and 6th grade when Jake Beeson was playing, and they would come and watch him play those teams.
They saw that. They saw what it's like, and they wanted to be that, right? And that was their vision, and I want to be a Viking in that case. I want to be a Viking. That's going to be me. And they just they get to witness it and experience it. They probably were down watching all those games in person.
Who did you watch?
That would be
at
like
Marysville,
yeah, yeah. So we're talking like Jay Turner,
right?
Palcoa, Easterbrook, those guys, Shinnick, a lot of good players, right? A lot of very good teams.
I still contend Shane Palcoa, the best athlete to ever come out of the Western Conference.
Okay,
athlete.
Okay,
yeah. Best basketball player? No. Best football player?
I'm
no.
not going to argue.
Best athlete.
That was me growing up, elementary school, and then just the start of middle school, those really good Marysville-Pilchuck teams. John Floyd's dad, Derek Floyd, Brent Montague, those guys, and really, really fun to watch. And
here's Thayer. Good. Owen Thayer hits it, 55-48. So the lead is now 8 points. Everett's led by as much as 11. They answer on the other end. Savovic.
And he is on fire. He's come out this half on fire.
Back to an 11-point lead with Savovic. They're trading threes on both ends of the floor. Long distance. Corner, step back to make sure your toes are over the line, but shoot it too hard. No good. Grisham misses. Savovic, board, brings it up. Bloomfield eyed it, didn't. Goes in, lays it up. He'll get fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line. He had left the floor during the first half with blood. They stopped the whole proceedings as they sent him off. Now he'll go to the free throw line.
And I really feel like, obviously with the lead, I really feel like Everett's taking control. And I go back to the end of that half, a couple big buckets to close the half, to stretch that lead out, and then it's picked up right where it left off in this third quarter.
Bloomfield hits the first, and he will get another. The foul was on Cole Williams, his first. 5th team foul. Minute 56 to play in the third. Everett off to their biggest lead now, and it's even bigger. It's 13 points the lead for the Seagulls on their home floor. But don't sleep on Stanwood. They can bury a couple of threes and be right back in this one. How about this one right here?
On cue.
There you go. Mr. Thayer buries it.
And they're going to go 1-2-2 trap to try and get some energy, maybe a turnover.
Coach Thayer wanted to travel. He's not going to get it. Savovic, pull-up jumper from 16, won't go. Follow-up tip jam won't go. That's Mojatai. Is he now 1 for 6?
Wow.
Was that who Coach was talking about? Spectacular, but wouldn't go. How about answering on the other end? Mayo.
Big change of events there. Big, right? The miss 2 or the dunk, followed by a 3, and we're down to 7-point lead now.
60-53. Savovic with it for Everett. Minute 3 to play. Bloomfield, 3! Down it goes. They're raining threes at the pit. How about on the other end? Will he answer? No, too short. That's a miss. No good by Williams. A back up and in. And then a steal here by Williams. Back out for Thayer. Mayo tries another. No. And this time Savovic grabs the rebound. 63-55 the score. 35 seconds to go. Kanaxis goes in, stripped to the basketball. He thought he got fouled. And now he did get a foul. He got a technical foul. He was griping a little bit too much to Chad Smith. And he'll be called for a technical foul. I thought maybe he got fouled on the way down.
I thought maybe he got fouled. That's a tough tee. I think we've seen reactions very similar to that tonight that haven't been called, and it's an emotional game. Maybe he said one of those magic words. We're up here, Todd. We didn't hear what he said.
No.
And that very well could be the case because it didn't look super animated, but.
First free throw good by Mayo. For Kanaxis, that's his first personal foul.
And the tough part there in high school and in college, different from the NBA, right, that would have been Everett ball underneath.
Right.
Now it's 2 free throws and ball for Stanwood. So not only do you not get the bucket, they get 2 and they get the ball.
Yep. It's 63-57. It was 13 points. It's now 6 points with 30 seconds to play. About a 3-second differential to game clock and shot clock, and a bad pass by Stanwood, grabbed by Savovic. He loses a defender.
I think they called offensive foul on Savovic.
He did.
Yeah.
Todd, I'd like to see that one again. Can we see it again? We'll see if we can. Down to 19 seconds to go. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think he did. Extend that arm. See if Stanwood goes last shot here. Everett trapping, trying to get a turnover.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Everett ball.
Whoa.
Josh Thayer says, I'm standing right here. I saw who it went off of.
That's a tough one.
But I get the feeling the tough ones are going equally against both teams.
And now they tee Coach Thayer.
So I get, isn't it true when both coaches are mad at you, you're doing a good job, or is it sometimes when both coaches are mad at you, you're not doing a good job?
We had a pretty good angle. I might be biased a little bit.
Sure.
We had a pretty good angle. That's as close as we can get to the action.
So free throw here for Bloomfield. Good. That'll be a team foul number 6. It was on the bench. Josh Thayer still pleading his case with Peyton Kelly, the referee.
Yeah, and I think, I do like how Peyton Kelly handled that. He teed him, and went over and talked to Josh afterwards. I think that's a big thing about that. Not just, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to say a word you ever get in my life, right? They talk to each other. Peyton explained the situation, and Josh has to accept that. But that's a lot easier to accept when he comes over and says why he did it.
Here's Savovic on the inbounds. Down to 5, down to 4, dribble in, hook shot, no, foul called. And that'll send Mo Jatai to the free throw line. I think it's always as a coach, you can get up, register your complaint, maybe say one more thing, and then you got to head back. If you're going to keep pounding your point.
There were some nights I was not very good at that. But my point being that Peyton came over and addressed that with Josh. They're going to be obviously another quarter here. There's going to be other games where he's the official, and it didn't seem animated right there. That was a good conversation, and I just like seeing that. Peyton could have easily gone to the other end of the floor and not even acknowledged him.
Right.
And I just don't know if that's the right way to handle that.
First free throw good by Jate. He'll get another. No,
lane violation maybe?
I thought he lane violated on the first one.
I did too.
He kind of steps forward when he shoots.
Something might have been said in between free throws, like, hey, watch the line, right?
Yeah, I thought he did it on the first one. And then here's Max Mayo, almost can't hold it. It's going to be on the way. It won't go. Stay tuned. Hang with us. We got lots more basketball to play. 8 minutes left, fourth quarter coming up. Everett 66, Stanwood 57. Back with more from Everett after this timeout.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
I am the beast.
Well, Coach Zach Ward, the offense picked up.
I would say so.
29-25 Everett in the quarter.
Not half.
No.
Not half, quarter.
So here we go. 66-57 underway, fourth quarter. Everett with the lead, Everett with the ball. Savovic has it, puts up the elbow, and we're going to call a foul here. You got a score coming in.
I got a score coming in. Yeah, Everett girls up 7, 40-33 up in Stanwood tonight.
Wouldn't that be an upset?
That would be an upset, I believe. Yes.
Fouls on Thayer, his second personal, 8th team foul. So bonus the rest of the way for Everett. Everett only with 4 team fouls, so no bonus yet. First free throw by Daniel Savovic is good.
Those Everett Seagull girls might not think so, though. Remember, they regional game. They lost in a winner to state game, regional game at ECC last year with a lot returning, so they can play.
Savovic with 16 points in the ballgame with those 2 free throws. Bloomfield leads everybody with 22. That's Thayer. Campbell now to Mayo, back to Thayer. Open 3, no. Gets his own board. Ran into Dijete, so he got it out to the left side to Floyd, couldn't hit it. Down underneath, finally it goes. They had like a half a dozen shots at it, none of them would go. Finally, John Floyd will hit it and get fouled. And it's going to be on Mo Jete. That'll be. And I think that's only going to be the 5th team foul. Jete picks up his second, and John Floyd is at the free throw line for the Spartans. Mayo's got 16, Thayer's got 15. Campbell has 9. I take it he didn't really get the ball. They're going to wipe up.
No, well, and they're at the table. I think triple checking on who that foul's on.
I thought it was pretty quick. It was 15.
It was 2.
Yeah. So we got all 3 officials out there. We got 5 guys aside. I think we're ready to play basketball.
We're ready to roll. Let's go. Curious to see what Stanwood does on a made free throw here. What they do defensively. If they pick up in 1-2-2, or if they're just going to go man.
Not so much pressure.
It looks 1-2-2, but maybe not really trying to trap out of it. Kind of like what we saw from Everett earlier. Just trying to change a pace.
Right.
Trying to make the offense think a little bit, run something a little bit different on offense. Once you get comfortable, which Everett's been comfortable a lot tonight on the offensive end.
Lead is 8, 68-60 for the Seagulls on their home floor. 54 seconds into the final quarter. Canaxis to White. Back to Canaxis, back to the basket. Dribbles through the paint and puts
really
it up
nice,
and in.
Really nice move.
4 defenders, and he has found a lane.
Yeah. Nobody really wanted to take responsibility defensively there to cover him, and he said fine.
Yeah. You got it. Here's a little swing through and the same kind of a thing down
Very
the other
nice.
end from Mayo.
Yeah. And we're still at 8.
70-62, 6:34 to play. Savovic, long cross-court pass to White, to Bloomfield, closed off at the baseline there. Good defense by Campbell. Now Canaxis back to the basket. This time they close in, and a jump ball is going to be called. And the possession arrow is going to favor Stanwood.
Same kind of deal there. He caught the ball, turned around, and wait a second, there's nobody guarding me. They were just back about 3 feet. But then there was 2 of them.
Yeah. Then they closed in. So Stanwood basketball down by 8, 6:15 to play in the game. Dribbling in, and one coming up for John Floyd. Nice move by Floyd, found a way to the basket. Impeded there by a foul on Everett. And that's going to be on Isaiah White, his first personal 6th team foul. And Floyd at the line. Missed the free throw. And Jete grabs the rebound. They like to go through Canaxis.
They sure do. Ball at the high post and let him operate a little bit.
He operates there, right on down, and won't go. Savovic underneath, grabs the rebound. They're going to call,
I think.
Foul underneath. He was surrounded by 4 red shirts. And this is going to be 1-1 here for Daniel Savovic. But the next one on Everett will also put Stanwood then into the bonus. 5:56 to play in regulation time. The lead is 6.
And Stanwood's in a tough spot there, down 6, one more foul, double bonus, and we still have 6 minutes to go in this game. Opportunity for a lot of free throws down the stretch here, already giving up 70 points.
Yeah, 20. I was adding them up from the halftime to the third quarter. Did they score 29 points? They went from 37 to 66. First free throw, no good. Savovic can't complete the 3-point play. It's still a 6-point lead. Other end, missed by Thayer. Who are they going to say? Yeah, it's going to stay in the possession of Stanwood. Last touch there by a Seagull. Every guy in red was pointing that way. Mayo throws it in. Now Thayer up by the logo. Turn face up, trying to go around the couple of defense. Pretty good defense here by Everett. As they work it to Thayer, up fakes for a 3. Jete is on him, back out to the top of the key. Floyd, pull-up jumper, too hard, no good. Too short, no good.
Yeah.
Rebound grab down, who's got it? Everett had it. Mauricio Garcia Luna had it, but then he lost it, and going in, blocked by Canaxis, but the follow-up is there.
Guess who? Gary Grisham there to pick it up, rebound, put back.
Some little stick-to-itiveness
yes.
there. 4-point lead. It was 13 points for Everett. Savovic will back out. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in regulation time. Garcia Luna out of Bloomfield to Canaxis. Lost the handle. Knocked away by Thayer. Grabbed by Mayo. Back to Thayer. Laying up. 2-point ball game. And a timeout called by Everett. 4:49 to play in the game. 70-68. Seagulls by 2. Back with more on STSPN.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Play on that last play there that made it a 2-point ball game, 70-68, and back underway we go.
See what Coach Thompson draws up here out of the timeout, a little Stanwood run. I'm sure he's got something specific he wants here to end the run.
Probably not a turnover. They're going to call Mayo for the reach in to grab the steal. He thought he had a clean steal.
They always do.
Mayo picks up the foul. That's his second personal foul. 10th team foul, so double bonus the rest of the way for Everett. So 2 shots coming up here. They told him 1-1, but it's 2. The other officials, now they say, yeah, it is 2.
Yeah.
In fact, Savovic had to say to the official, no, it's 2.
Yep.
Look up there, it's 10 team fouls. Doesn't matter. It's one now because you missed the first one. Back with you tomorrow night, Jackson and Glacier Peak here on STSPN. And then I'll be back with you on Friday, Lake Stevens and Jackson at Jackson High School here on STSPN.com. Next free throw, missed them both. Big misses. 4.5 to go. Chance for the lead here with a 3-ball for the Stanwood Spartans. As they work it out on the way, 3,
and they got
there
it.
It is.
And they got it. That was a call from the side, a little misdirection. Definitely emphasis to get John Floyd an open 3 there. Good execution.
11th lead change of the ball game, 71-70. They came from 13 back to take the lead. 4 minutes to play in the game. Bloomfield steps through, lay-in, no. Rebound, John Floyd. Thayer out of back court. Inside 4 minutes to play. Owen Thayer. Bounces it to Campbell. Back to Thayer again. Ooh. Tough pass and a foul is going to be called.
And that'll put the Spartans in the bonus.
And that's going to send Max Mayo to the free throw line. The foul is on Isaiah White. His second, as Coach said, 10 team fouls, so double bonus here. Isaiah Parker goes to the bench. Mo Jete comes back in for Bobby Thompson. Free throw, no.
Gary
but
Grisham.
The rebound by Grisham. Now that's Mayo. Open, look, 3, air ball, no. Rebound controlled by Everett. Isaiah White up the floor. Savovic fouled on the way in.
Yep.
He was calling for the basketball as he was streaking down the floor. And they'll call this one on Owen Thayer. At that point, you just got to prevent the lay-in, right?
Yep.
Make them earn them at the stripe. Double bonus.
I'll have to go back on my comment earlier. They always think it was clean. Owen knew that one was not.
It was not.
Yeah, it was definitely not clean.
Savovic, not good at the free throw line. He's missed his last 2. Owen Thayer's got 17 points in the ball game. It's a 1-point lead for Stanwood. It stays there, missed them both. And the ball went out of bounds, last touched by Everett. Stanwood basketball.
Fortunate for Stanwood there, didn't really block out well on the free throw. And I think that's 4 straight misses from the line for the Seagulls.
Wow. 71-70, 3:23 to play. Full court pressure by Everett.
1-2-2 trap.
Thayer brings it into front court.
You want to try and stay out of the corners.
And a timeout called by Stanwood. We step aside with 3:14 to play in the game. It's Stanwood 71, Everett 70. Back with more in 30 seconds.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do-It-Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Inbounds now for the Stanwood Spartans, leading it by 1, 71-70, 3:14 to play in the game. Looking, finally, finds Mayo for Thayer. Up fake for a 3, but instead a little bit closer, but missed, no good by Floyd. Rebound by Canaxis up the floor. White. Jete. Back out now to Savovic. To Canaxis, back to the basket, to Savovic, dribbles in. Thought maybe an extra step. Tip up, no good by Canaxis. Rebound, who's got it? Finally, won by Stanwood. Colby Campbell. Everett comes away empty. We're 2:42 to play in the game. A 1-point lead for the Spartans. Dribbling in, Campbell back out.
Thought about it, didn't he?
He did. Mayo will. He thought about it and pulled the trigger, and it wouldn't go. Ball went out of bounds. Last touch by Thayer.
I think so, yep. Tipped out of their hand.
Yeah, he knew. He handed the ball to Peyton Kelly and says, yep, you're right. 2:28 to go. Here we go. Everett basketball down by 1.
Flat 1-2-2 zone here from the Spartans. Again, another change. We haven't seen this tonight. Looks like a 3-2.
That's Savovic to Bloomfield. Working out the perimeter out between the circles. Kind of put up an elbow to try to make himself some room. Back out for White to Bloomfield. Save him from going out of bounds. 7 to shoot. White along the baseline and lays it up
nice
and
take.
in.
Nice aggressive take there.
And it's back to an Everett lead. Our dozen lead changes in this ball game. Inside 2 minutes to play. Thayer to Mayo. 3 on the way. Rattles and goes. Holy smokes. Back to a Stanwood lead.
Again, the flat 3-2. I liked Isaiah's strong take the last time. I'd like to see him do that again here. Offensively.
How about Savovic along the baseline? Kicks it back out. Bloomfield, open 3, look. Too hard, no good. May have been effective there by Thayer.
I think so.
And the rebound controlled by Stanwood, leading by 2.
Really big possession here. Up 2, minute 20 to go.
You want to take some time, or you're going to keep
going?
I
think you don't want to settle. That was.
How about an outside 3 ball that goes for Owen Thayer?
That was not a settle.
No. Timeout call. We'll keep it right here with 1 minute and 8 seconds to play in regulation time. Suddenly out to a 5. That's an 18-point swing.
Incredible.
In the second half.
Incredible. And you can tell if you haven't seen this Stanwood team play before. Go ahead. If you're open, shoot it. You know, that's kind of the mentality, and we've seen that tonight. They've gone through a couple stretches where they didn't make them, but they kept shooting them. Last 2 possession, both 3-pointers. But you can tell they're in rhythm, right? They're not forced. They're looking for each other to get shots, and they're finding the open man. And you know, I made the comment there, you don't want to settle, and by that I meant like, okay, I guess I'll just shoot it. Those are all in rhythm threes, and I'm sure something that they practice daily. On the other end, if they stay zone, you know, Isaiah made that drive on the baseline, the possession before, kind of the first real take we'd seen him have since the first half. And I think that's something they got to get. That's the advantage. When they go that 1-2-2, that sucks the big man out in the corner, and he's got the ability to put the ball on the floor and go by him.
Everett's already out. They're ready to go. Down by 5, coming up on a minute to play.
And if you're Everett, you don't need to rush one here, and I don't think you need a 3 either, but you need a bucket.
Some kind. Here we go. Everett with it. Down by 5. Savovic to Canaxis.
And they're in man. They're switching every screen.
And Canaxis lost a handle on it, but got it back. Back out for an open 3. Rattles off. No. Who's got it? They're going to say an over-the-back foul on Hayden Canaxis. Mojate missed the 3. Canaxis commits the foul, trying to grab the rebound. He was over the back. And Max Mayo will go to the free throw line with 52.4 seconds to go.
These are big. These are big.
Because it's 2 possession now. He can make it a 3-possession ball game.
And that's the way you're thinking if you're a coach, both sides for sure.
First free throw good for Mayo. Another one coming up here. Mayo's got 22 points in the ball game. And it stays there. It's 6-point lead. Now maybe you need a 3.
I think you want something in a hurry. A 3 would be great, but you don't need it.
Savovic steps back. 3 on the way. Side of the iron, no good. Mayo grabs the rebound. That might just do it. With 38 seconds to go, he got to take a foul here. Well, they'll go down the floor. Canaxis will take the foul.
See, and the thing there, if you take the 3 and miss it, obviously, then you're in real hurt.
Right.
Because now you got a foul. You're down 6 and got a foul. I know it's obviously easy to say after the play. That wasn't really an in-rhythm shot. Maybe looked a little bit forced. Colby Campbell to the line here. This thing is not over. The way these teams have been scoring tonight.
Right. 78-72, 6-point lead for Stanwood, 33.6 points, 33.6 seconds to go. The foul was on Canaxis, his 3rd. First free throw, only free throw, was a miss. Yep, you're right, it's not over. Isaiah White out of back court. Dribbles to the corner, he'll force up a 3, won't go. Bloomfield grabs it, back out to the left side. They're going to kick it back out for White. as they just work it around, looking for somebody to be open. Bloomfield is side of the iron, no good. Max Mayo grabs the rebound. Down to 12 seconds to go. They'll take a foul, and this is going to go into the win column. A tough win.
I think that'll do it. And what a second part of the third quarter and fourth quarter for the Stanwood team, who I believe fell down 13 at one point in the third.
Yep. 13
down
was the biggest
13
lead.
points at one time in the third quarter, and to get out of here with a win. We talked about before the game how big a game this is. Just in the win-loss record, well, I can tell you what. If you're a part of that group that comes back from that and just the momentum that you pick up after that loss Saturday night at Monroe and you're down 13, it's a rough spot.
Right.
And just the feeling coming out of here, I can tell you that it's going to be a nice bus ride home. Practice tomorrow just got a little bit more fun.
Both free throws good. The lead is 8. Isaiah White will shoot, miss, down to 6, down to 5. Sabovic will try a 3. That won't go, and it will be that. 80-72, the Stanwood Spartans defeat the Everett Seagulls. Who do we like for our player of the game, Coach?
I'm thinking it's Max Mayo or Gary Grisham.
I think it's Mayo.
Let's do it. I'll go get him.
Okay, we'll send Coach down to get Max Mayo. We'll come back with a post-game show. Final score 80-72. Stanwood defeats Everett. Thanks for being with us on a Tuesday night. Great ball game here on STSPN.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
Here we go. Welcome back. Final score 80-72. The Stanwood Spartans, the Everett Seagulls, Max Mayo. Did you think you were going to win, honestly, when you were down by 13?
Yeah, I mean, I never count this team out. It's a whole new team, and we got some guys that play, and we do not give up. And I think that starts with our coach, JT, Derek, Big Bad. They all talk us through it and help us out a lot. We make adjustments throughout the game and everything.
Tell me, what was the adjustment there in that third quarter going into the fourth?
So a lot of adjustments. They like to come trap the ball. So we need to move without the ball, set screens, flash, get guys going and get open looks, most importantly. And I think we did that.
Coach? You made some huge plays down the stretch, but talk a little bit about some of your teammates that had big nights tonight.
I mean, yeah, honestly, Gary Grisham stepped it up a lot on the boards. Aiden Manzik stepped it up on the boards. You know, Hayden Conexus, that's a dude right there.
Right.
It's a big dude, so I think our bigs really stepped it up down low. Owen Thayer knocked some big shots down the stretch.
Yeah. So
shout out to them.
we talked on air about, you know, that tough loss Saturday.
Yeah.
Now we fast forward and it's mid-third quarter and you're down 13.
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll that over now. Let's talk about how the momentum now, and I kind of referenced it during the broadcast, how things change now. It's not just a win. That's more than a win against a team that you're battling against. Talk a little bit about what that could do for you now, tomorrow, rest of the week. What's that look like?
So this is a big game for us, obviously. After losing Monroe, we really wanted to have a good practice after that, flip a new page, start a new season, honestly. And we knew this was going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
And down 13, you just have to battle back.
Yeah.
So.
How many did you have?
I don't know.
24.
24.
Great night.
You'll take every one of them,
Great
right?
night.
Yeah, I will.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game. We'll get a picture here. Les Todd already got it, and we will tell you, remind you, we've got to get you close. Okay, here we go. We'll get all of us in here. Okay, there you go. Good job. There you go. Final score, 80-72. The Stanwood Spartans defeat the Everett Seagulls. Thanks for being with us on this Tuesday night. Coach Zach Ward.
That was fun.
That was fun. That was a fun ball game. Let me ask you before we go. Did you think that Everett was going to win when they were up by 13?
I thought it was going to be tough for Stanwood to come back.
It was tough for them.
It was tough for them to come back. I've watched this team all year. I've seen them down 5 and 6 at tough spots throughout the year. At Terrace, that Monroe game, they never kind of went away when they were down. 13's a big number against a good team. I think that I've talked about earlier. I just think that does so much for their psyche and moving forward. That's something they can reference now in games moving forward. When you're down,
right,
pick a number, right?
Yep.
And so, and a good atmosphere on the road.
Yep.
So now it's time for them to have some home games.
And they'll have some home games.
And they host Oklahoma's Thursday.
There you go. We will send it away now. Thanks for being with us on this night. Again, Max Mayo, our player of the game. He's got 24 tonight. Final score, the Stanwood Spartans 80 and the Everett Seagulls 72. For Todd and Sarah Elvig, for Zach Ward, I'm Tom Lafferty. Good night from Everett.